Hey guys!
Hello, good
Happy
morning.
Tuesday!
Happy Tuesday!
Happy Tuesday! It's a fun Tuesday!
I know. We got a bunch of girls here who are so excited to talk about the kindness effect. We have Jill Donovan here, who's an entrepreneur and now author.
Yes.
Come on, tell us about your new book.
Your friend now too.
Yes!
And now our friend
We're
who
totally
is
BFFs.
incredibly stylish.
Exactly.
Yes, we're taking notes.
Guys, you can't see this, but her shoes.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
look at
Now you can.
That's our cameraman right there. Wanted to make sure you saw the shoes.
Exactly. But yeah, you might know her. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but she has. She's the founder of Rustic Cuff. I mean, people from Kathy Lee Gifford. We love KLG. I mean, Juliana Rancic, Miranda Lambert. I mean, so many people wear your jewelry.
They're huge.
Exactly.
Rustic Cuff is huge, and they're so cute.
I know.
You're
everything.
so cute. Really.
We love them. Tell us about you, Rustic Cuff, and this book.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, where shall I begin?
Anywhere. From the beginning.
Long story short, I was an attorney and turned law professor. And I said, why do that when you can make jewelry?
Right? I mean,
Seriously. Is there even a question there?
So through a long, crazy turn of events, each year I would start a new hobby since the time I was little. And so my hobby, after finishing all the sports that I could try and all the musical instruments I could try, decided to go to the Oprah Winfrey Show to be her co-host.
Wow.
Not really. Totally.
Oh my gosh, I was like, what?
Yes. And so I wound up, I wanted just to sit in the audience before she retired. And it took me 5 years to get a ticket. And I actually never got a ticket. I got to be on the show. And through a crazy thing of being embarrassed on the show for a segment about regifting, you regift. They told me you did.
Can we not put me out like that?
I
please?
just
No,
did.
just kidding.
Okay, sorry about that. So I went home, emptied my regift closet, and 5 years later decided to start filling the regifting closet back up after the embarrassment of being on the show, and filled it up with cuffs. Started making my own cuffs, filling up this closet with cuffs, and then started to give them away to strangers. And that's why I brought one for each of you today.
What?
No way.
I met you first, so you're less of a stranger. So this goes to you.
Oh my gosh.
This says, one day at a time.
Oh my gosh, I
Because
love this.
I heard that's your favorite quote. If it's not your favorite,
It's my absolute
It's his
favorite.
favorite
How
quote.
did you know?
because I do my research here. And this one says, well,
love
I would be able to read it if Benjamin didn't tell me not to wear my glasses. Well, this says, with God, everything is possible. And they told me that was your favorite quote.
It's my favorite quote. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Benjamin, I got nothing
Look
for
at
you because I
this.
can't read anything.
This is so
Yeah.
awesome.
Look at
And
these.
This
Aren't
is
they amazing?
so cute, guys. So cute.
Now this is crazy. But I was telling them that my mom, 43 years ago, was on this show. Well, you weren't born. You weren't even half born, or you weren't even.
You never know.
Your parents weren't even born. I don't think so. But she was on the show in 1975, and so she sent me a picture of it the other day. But I made it into a bracelet with my mom. With
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow. And you're wearing it here. How
And I'm wearing it
incredible.
here.
Wow,
Full circle moment.
there's Ben Kenchler.
Yes.
Wow, that is awesome, guys.
Can we just show them this, Jason?
Look at this.
We're putting him to work
This
today.
is so cool.
Yeah. Isn't
But
it
this
fun?
is a perfect
That's
representation
amazing.
of what your book is about.
Yeah.
Tell us
Yes.
more about the book. It's called
And
The
the kind-
Kindness
yeah.
Effect.
The Kindness Effect was a book I did not want to write. I did not want to write a book, but God sometimes
So cool.
takes our
Right.
nevers and says, this is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And so the book is a representation of a lot of the quotes that we are our most popular quotes, and then stories, inspirational stories underneath each quote about that quote. And it's also how Rustic Cuff began, but that's just a small part of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your thing, okay, so how Rustic Cuff began is you just started to give these cuffs away to people.
I did
Random people,
random
strangers,
people.
from promptings from God.
Yes.
So I'm sure you have like so many stories, but is there
Yeah.
one story that really sticks out that
There
like you would want to
is.
share with someone to just let them know, hey, kindness matters, and if you're being kind to someone, it can change someone's life. Is there a
Yes.
story?
The story is the first time that I ever gave to a stranger instead of my family members or friends, because they have to wear them. And they have to say thank you, we love it. Was when I went to the grocery store. I went in the closet that had now that used to be re-gifts that I emptied out, and now were my gifts that I wanted to start giving. And I put a few on my wrist and said, okay, God, I'm going to go out and just give them to strangers. And I went to the grocery store, and it was packed with people. And I walked in, and I saw the girl, but I was hoping she would be back in the milk section in the back. But she was front and center, checking people out.
Of course.
And there were more than a half dozen people in her line. And I got in line, and I was nervous because just to walk up to a stranger, I mean, we met before this, so you weren't strangers technically when I gave that to you. And I said, okay, I know this is crazy. When I got to the line, there were still like 5 people behind me. And you know that thing in your knower that if you don't do it, it will not leave you alone.
Yep.
And you'll be laying in bed that night, and you'll get up and go to the grocery store, and it'll be closed. And so I said to her, I don't know you, but I felt prompted to give this to you. And I just took off one of the ones that was on my wrist and handed it to her. And she started crying immediately. And she said, you would have no way of knowing this. And I said, well, are you okay? And she said, but yesterday I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And when I was in the office and the doctor gave me the diagnosis, I prayed that God would give me a sign of hope that it was going to be okay.
Wow.
And then I looked down, and it was a pink cuff that I had randomly taken off my wrist. And she looked at me in the eyes and she said, thank you for being that sign of hope.
Wow.
And so I walked out of the grocery store in tears, got in my car, and said, God, I don't ever want to ignore that voice ever again.
Wow.
And that's how it started. That's how the giving to strangers, which then in turn, people would come in. They come in now, and they'll buy 21 for themselves and 19 for strangers, and carry them around their purse and start giving them when they're prompted to.
Oh my goodness,
Wow.
that's amazing.
Yes.
I bet that was like that moment was real confirmation to you.
Yes.
That God had this plan for you.
Yeah.
It's just,
And because in the entire store of however many people there were, I remember that feeling of this magnet being drawn to this woman. And so every time I'm in a situation like that, I recall that if I don't listen to that, then perhaps the sign of hope that she said, God, let me know it's going to be okay.
Exactly.
I was that sign of hope that particular day.
Yeah.
wow.
That's so beautiful.
Such a beautiful
God is awesome.
story.
Man.
I know, incredible. And it can use all of us.
Exactly.
Now, with this book, The Kindness Effect, I know you said you weren't all for writing it, but this is like really a movement to get people, like the average people, to actually do something to spread kindness and listen to that voice. Now, what do you hope they take away from after reading this book?
I hope they take away that really it's not about the cuffs. The cuffs were just the venue that God used for this.
Exactly.
That God can use ordinary people through their pain and through their mistakes and their vulnerability and use them in extraordinary ways, ways that they would never have imagined if they just say, okay, I will, yes, just say yes.
Preach it.
I
know.
Come on.
I need my glasses if
Going
I'm
to
going to
church
preach it,
today.
but I don't have them.
Because Benjamin took them away.
He took them away.
Who was
This
our
is
our
so awesome. Okay, guys, she's about to go on the 700 Club and have
that
an
would have
amazing.
been it.
Can we
Wait,
just
there's
go
more?
with you?
I know. I wish we could stay longer.
Tag along with you
I
all
want you
day
to.
long.
I want
Where
you to.
can people get rustic cuffs?
Yes. They can take them off their wrists when you see these girls. You
Exactly.
can get them at rusticcuff.com, and we have 6 showrooms around in Texas and Oklahoma.
Okay, awesome.
So, but rusticcuff.com is probably the best place.
Okay,
Not
awesome.
in Virginia yet.
Not in Virginia yet.
Hopefully
but
soon.
Yes.
And then the kindness effect, guys, you can get at cbn.com, and we're going to post a link to her 700 Club interview as well. We're going to check the live feed really quick and see what you guys are saying.
Angel Arthur Lisa says God in action, loves it. Diane, glory to God. Trixie and Priscilla says God is faithful. What is the link where we can get the wristbands? Diane, can we give it to them one more time?
rusticcuff.com, and these were all my friends that I asked to write in.
Well, thank you for tuning in, guys.
Cheryl says, wonderful interview with the kindness effect, and Lisa said, spreading love. Thank you all so much for watching. Do not miss the 700 Club interview.
Don't miss it,
Don't
guys.
miss a minute.
And if you're just now tuning in, just rewind, because
Yes,
this was
yes.
awesome.
Even it stays up there?
Yeah.
Yes, it's up there
It
forever.
stays forever, girlfriend.
Okay, I need my glasses.
This
so
is
I can
something
watch
everyone needs to hear.
Again, guys, this is Jill Donovan,
Yes.
Rustic Cuff, the Kindness Effect
The Kindness
author.
Effect.
Seriously, you're amazing.
I
Love you.
I
wish
love
we
you.
could talk
We're not
for
gonna
like
let you
2
go.
hours.
If we open a store in Virginia, then I'm going to have you do double duty and do that. and this as
Awesome.
well.
Yes,
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yes, exactly.
We're into it. Okay, thank you
All right,
so much.
thank you. We'll
Thanks,
see you
guys.
next time.
That all